Today, we are going to learn about the prepositions of movement. Let's start with the prepositions of movement, to and from. Most English prepositions have several different functions. Also, different prepositions can have very similar uses. Often, the correct preposition cannot be guessed, and you will just have to learn them a few at a time. So, the first one for today is to. You use to when indicating destination. For example, he travels to work by bus. The preposition from indicates the place or direction from which somebody or something starts. For example, how do I get to the bank from here? Let's move on from here to prepositions of movement into in and out of. Be careful. There is a difference between in and into. In refers to a location or a position, whereas into indicates movement. For example, she was getting out of the car and going into the hotel. If we look at the example again, we can also see the preposition out of. Out of also indicates movement and is used when you leave a place. For example, I was coming out of the cinema when I saw Mary waiting to go in. Let's now look at the prepositions of movement on and off. If someone or something is on a surface or object, the surface or object is immediately below them and supporting their weight. And off is the opposite of on. When something is taken off something else, it is no longer on it. Look at this example. Take your shoes off the table and put them on the floor. And now it's time for the prepositions of movement, up and down. If someone or something goes up, they move away from the ground or to a higher position. And if someone or something goes down, they go towards the ground or to a lower level. Look at this example. I always go up the stairs and come down the lift to keep fit. Now, let's look at the prepositions of movement over and under. If one thing is over another thing, it means that it is in a position above or higher than it. For example, ladies and gentlemen, we are now flying over the Pyrenees. And under is the opposite of over. If you go under something, you move to a lower position or place with respect to something else that would be over you. For example, I love lying under the trees in the summer. Are you ready for the prepositions of movement through and across? To move across something means to go from one side of a place or boundary to another. And to move through something means to move from in one side of something to out the other side of that something. Look at this example. Every Sunday, we walk across the bridge and through the park. We'll look at 3 more prepositions today. The prepositions of movement, along, round, and past. If you move or look along something, such as a road, you move or look towards the end of it. For example, you will need to drive along this road to the football stadium. To move round a place means to go along its edge in a circular direction, back towards your starting point. For example, the moon travels round the earth every 28 days. And finally, past. If something is past a place, it means it is beyond or further than that place. For example, go past the supermarket and it's on the left.